It's 10:18 at night on a Tuesday, and I am here in our rack room. What do I call our TOC? Technical Operations Center. And tonight, we are going to be taking down these two racks and moving the power strips over to these other racks, because this third rack that's empty, well, the power comes in there for all three of these racks, and we're replacing that rack. So, yeah. So I've got to move all of these guys over there, basically just plugging in the power strips over there. And then tomorrow morning, the electrician's going to come in, move the power out of there, out of these three racks, and then I get to pull that empty rack out, put the new rack in, the electrician gets to put the power back in, and then again tomorrow night, I'll be back here to move all those power strips back. So tonight, in about 10 minutes or so, I am going to shut down all these automation computers. Hopefully, they will be playing them off of backup media, compact flash media that we have as backup, and everything should work great. I unplug, move over, plug, turn back on, and away we go. Fire things up here. Wakey wakey. Just gonna hang around for a few minutes until I'm sure that everything is up. See, streaming is up, automations are up, central server's up, so everything I think is up. So, all right. I think night one is successful. So I've got to do this again tomorrow night, and yeah, we'll see how that works out. One thing that's neglected, and I do this too, I neglect this too, is documentation. I guess mostly I have been moving a lot of my documentation into a product called Confluence, and it's searchable. I'm really trying to be good about it, put notes in, and put more information than I probably need, but it will help me in the future if I have to come up against something again. At least there's a knowledge base there. So, documentation, and that is something that I have severely lacked on in the past. So I am trying to make good with that. And we'll talk about documentation another time, but documentation is very, very important. It is the end of the first night of doing all the power stuff, heading on the way home, and we should be good to go for the morning. We shall see.
Going up.
Night number 2, and we're back here. It's about 10:15 at night. I'm tired. I had my coffee, but didn't seem to be doing anything. What I'm going to be doing is shutting off all these automation machines and all these support machines, so that way I can take the power back from where I temporarily put it, back into their normal racks, so that way the electrical load is spread out a little bit better. Now let's see if everything comes back up, because everything should come back up. I might have to start up some computers manually. Hang on a second. Fire up CS. Fire up KSW. Pay no attention to the disgusting that. Start that. that. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. Now to go get all the computers back up and running. It seemed to have gone a lot smoother this time than it did last time. Okay. So these 2 late nights and this running around of getting the automation systems turned off, turned back on, running off of alternative programming, blah, 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 is all so we can put in this new rack here. Because this is our new NAS, which is network attached storage. It requires cage nuts. And it is very deep. I mean, that is like 38 inches or something ridiculous like that. And it doesn't fit into these standard broadcast size racks. So these are kind of the deeper of the broadcast racks that we have. We had to go with one of the data center racks, which is even deeper. So, I mean, look, it's like a whole foot sticking out. So, because of that, we had to move power, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, our electrician came in, reran the power. Thank you, Jordy, it was awesome. And, yeah. So now I mounted that today, and I'll start putting in a couple of the other things. We have a cluster server over there that I need to move over here, which is sticking out of the back of that rack. So I gotta move that over here. What a gong show this is. Now see, all this is part of a bigger project that we've got going on. And that project is an upgrade of our switches and of our firewall and of our connectivity to some of our transmitter sites. And replacing some of the computers that we have had. And so it's just been a very, very long project. Getting close to the part where I can actually engage the IT company to come and do their part. This is why I get paid the big bucks.
Next time on SoCal Broadcast Engineer.